Where does a guy like Dennis Bermudez rank up against some of the guys you fought? I mean, you fought Bermudez and Oliveira, and you fought some good names.
I mean, he's one of the toughest. I mean, rank-wise, I mean, he's got to probably be top 5, you know. He's been top 10 for a while. He's beat some good guys, some quality guys. He's got ahead on my radar for a while. Ever since about last year, I was thinking me and him were on the same path, and this fight was going to happen.
When you thought about that fight, I mean, what was it that kind of appealed to you? Did you guys have similar styles?
Yeah,
that makes it a test.
It's the similar styles, man. I mean, he's a wrestler, I'm a wrestler. He's gritty, and he mixes it up well. I'm gritty, and mixes it up well. And those tough, gritty fights, that's what I excel at, you know what I mean? Where it's like a battle of will and see who's going to be in better shape and who wants it more. That's where I come out ahead.
I mean, your last one wasn't exactly a gritty fight, was it?
No, it was an ass whooping for pretty much 13 minutes and then a knockout.
So you kind of have a problem, it seems like, because if you're going to top that fight, I mean, how do you do it without having to go through the first 12 minutes like you did against that guy?
Yeah, I mean, the focus on this camp was work on my defense. I don't want to take that much abuse this time, obviously. But it's just, you know, make it a fucking exciting fight. Make it a fast-paced fight. You know, I think me and him are going to have a lot of scrambles and then, you know, KO him at the end. That'll always be exciting.
I mean, the benefit of that fight, though, too, is that you're a guy who's on just about everybody's radar, fans especially, but that seemed to like put you over because now you're in the like cult hero status at this point.
Yeah, I went from most people knowing me in the UFC to people really becoming fans of mine, and even people who aren't MMA fans watched that fight, were inspired by it, and I get a lot of people reaching out to me and telling me how gutsy that was and how awesome a performance that was.
How often have you thought about that since that happened? I mean, because that goes down as like an all-timer. That's like a legendary fight that people talk about 10 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it quite a bit. I mean, since this camp, I'm trying to get most of that stuff out of my head and just focus on the task ahead. But the few weeks out of it, man, it was like a drilling rush for like 3 weeks straight, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, wow, that really did happen. You know, how big of a fight, where it put me in the status-wise, and how much more fans I've gained because of it.
Can you talk a little bit about moving out to California? And then, I mean, you're 4-0 since you started out there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm 4-0 since I came out there. It was just one of those things where I needed a change, man. I mean, I'm an Indiana guy, always be an Indiana guy, but my skill level was staying the same. I mean, the game was passing me up. I wasn't really learning. I was having some. I mean, even you know, I won some, I lost some, but even the fights that I won, I felt like there wasn't great performances. You know what I mean? There were wins, but not the type of performance I knew I didn't have in me. So I needed a change, and I've always been close to like Mendez. I fought Mendez, but we've always been cool, and Faber and Bermudez and all them guys, and they kind of have that wrestling pedigree, kind of, you know, grinding it out style myself. So I don't want to change my style. I just want to add to my style, and I think that was the best place to go.
Darren, you're fighting a guy in his hometown. Tell me a little about your mentality, approaching that situation.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to hit the bruise. You know what I mean? Walking out, I'm going to get booed, which is fine. I mean, I cherish almost the bad guy situation, you know. I prefer to fight somebody in their hometown to fight in my hometown most of the time, because there's a lot of pressure on me than is going to be on him. He's going to have to deal with most of his friends and family watch him in front of him for the first time, so he has that added pressure. He has to do a lot more stuff in his hometown, and all I have to do is just fight and put on performance.